There's a lot going on, of course, today. The rumor is floating around that Trump has already promised a pardon to Ghislaine Maxwell, and that's why she has been relocated to what amounts to a country club version of a federal prison here in Texas. And the new nominee to be the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics has promising not to actually deliver any truthful labor statistics because they make the current regime look bad. And also, I had a very nice and fairly lengthy conversation with Senate candidate Colin Allred, who was my representative in the United States House here in North Texas until last year when he stepped down to run for Senate. But today, I have a piece that was written by a viewer who often sends me things that are really insightful, and I'm going to do that, deliver this piece to you now. What's unfolding in Texas is the latest, worst, but by no means the last action in the continuing assault on the free, fair, and legitimate Texas elections by what can only be called the Abbott-Patrick-Paxton crime ring. In 2021, Texas enacted State Bill 1, a law that made it harder for voters to actually vote. It made voter harassment easier and actually criminalized voter assistance. It resulted in many Texas voters simply giving up trying, which was the point. The targets of SB 1 were any voters who Texas Republicans thought likely to vote for. And the new gerrymandering efforts, by the way, as I discussed with Mr. Allred earlier, basically target black, brown, poor communities, which do also tend to vote Democratic. That wasn't enough for the Abbott-Patrick-Paxton crime ring, the Texas GOP, or Donald Trump. That's why they're trying to gerrymander an already grotesquely gerrymandered election map even more. The only real solution to the specific and habitual assault on our elections is mandating independent redistricting commissions in every state. Only a handful of states have such commissions. These are groups of citizens separate from the state legislature and responsible for drawing electoral district boundaries. These commissions aim to reduce partisan gerrymandering and transparent and impartial redistricting processes. An independent redistricting commission is typically led by ordinary citizens representing the broad population of eligible voters. It excludes sitting elected officials and those with close ties to them. And let me tell you something Colin Allred told me today. Places like my district, which was his district, are under the proposed gerrymandered map, would no longer have representation. And they're tying places like Fort Worth. He was in Fort Worth last Wednesday at a Black Baptist church, and their district is being gerrymandered with someplace up in the Texas Panhandle, which is not close to Fort Worth if you're not familiar with the Texas map. It takes away the local representation who knows what the district needs and who the people are, and pans it off to somebody else that doesn't know anything about the district and may not even care. After public hearings, we'll approve a map, one that is honest and transparent, one in which voters get to pick their elected officials, not the other way around. In 2021, Chuck Schumer introduced Senate Bill 2670, the Redistricting Reform Act, to make these commissions mandatory in every state. Of course, it got nowhere. Now that the Abbott-Patrick-Paxton crime ring and the Texas GOP have reminded us all what damage hyperpartisan redistricting by corrupt state governments can do to free, fair, and legitimate elections, it's time to reintroduce the bill. Let's call our senators and representatives and tell them this is the least they can do to try to salvage American democracy. Colin Allred also has some really fantastic ideas about that, which I'll be sharing tomorrow after I finish writing my piece for the local paper, the Garland Gazette. As always, thanks for watching. My name's Bill. I'm a college professor here in Dallas, right in the middle of all this mess.